Okay, I am an architect and I work on urban planning and urban design. Um, I just want to quickly talk about why cities are such an important part of this conversation, because cities are, we might just be occupying 2% of the world's surface area, but cities contribute to almost 75% of the global energy consumption and 80% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. So the way we build cities is crucial to addressing this climate change threat, which I think is the biggest emergency that we're facing today. And within cities, if you were to measure your ecological footprint, almost half of your ecological footprint is related to how you move around, which is related to mobility. And the other half is the design and architecture of your buildings. So in a way, your ecological footprint, your happiness quotient and your health is embedded in the way your city is built. What I mean by that is, if you lived in a place where you could walk and use mass transit and which had a lot of open green spaces, your ecological footprint and your happiness and well-being is going to be substantially higher than in a place where you have to go from the parking lot of your home to the parking lot of your offices, and just use your car to even just get a bottle of milk. So the ecological footprint of your city is going to be substantially higher, and it's almost going to be 10x higher if you lived in a car-centric city instead of a walkable city. And this is a study that was done by World Bank about this, where they measured per capita ecological footprint and energy use, and it was linked to the design of your city. Other thing that we have to talk about is that the design of your city also has an impact on your health. A recent study in China found that if you lived in a compact walkable city, there is significantly lower air pollution compared to a car-dependent city. And you also have 50% lower chance of developing diabetes if you lived and worked in a walkable neighborhood. So now the Center for Disease Control in America actually focuses on walkable city as a policy idea to deal with the crisis of public health crisis around diabetes. And trees should be considered a public health infrastructure because it's directly proportional to the quality of your health and well-being. The other important thing is your own home, the place that you live in, and design of your home affects your energy footprint. And climate responsive design is what we've always done historically. So if you look at traditional architecture and vernacular architectural traditions and materials in India, they always responded to rains, the heat of the summer. So designs were always done focused on reducing energy and focusing on well-being of the occupant. So it's not really rocket science. It's a city that is ecologically sustainable and which creates more happiness and quality of life it's not really rocket science. It's common sense. A city that is walkable, compact, with mass transit, with lots of access to green and nature, which is mixed use, mixed income, will mean, and which has green buildings, will mean that we are more happier, healthier, and greener. So that's what our urban vision should be as we go forward. And you're going to ask me, what can you do about it? How can you help this? it's really an outcome of government policy. So I think all of us have to pay attention to the city's budgets and where it's going. And remember the longer term, if you invested more in private car infrastructure like Coastal Road in Mumbai, ring roads, it has a direct impact on your child's lungs. A child that grows up in a city like Delhi, which has very, very high levels of pollution, often have almost, there are research reports on it, this which say, where they say that a child that is growing up in Delhi has 40% lower lung capacity than a child that grows up in a more cleaner air city. So I think we have to start pushing for safe and livable cities. What can we do as hacks to be more green? One is demand more green, lovable public spaces and cities. Right. Invest in green architecture. Walk and cycle in your neighborhood. The other big idea that Monisha actually recommended was de-concrete and de-pave within your built environment. The more nature and, we should not be concreting everything. Use more mass transit if you can, and carpool. And these are my green hacks. I think if we all did this, we can reduce the ecological footprint of our cities.